Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and today we're going to be unboxing May's ALC and June's Yarnable. So if you are not familiar with my regular subscription box unboxings, I only subscribe for my personal use to ALC and Yarnable, and I do share these every month. I have done a complete review on both of these subscription boxes here on the channel. Once I'm done sharing what came in this month's boxes, I will go to my stash of previous Yarnables and ALCs and other purchases that I've made from Hypnotic Yarn, which is Yarnable, and also Nikki from Avery Lane. And we will do pairings because I believe in no way, shape, or form do you have to purchase multiple skeins in order to make beautiful projects. You can, once you find a dyer or a company you really love their style of, you can mix and match what they have to offer to give you more options in what it is that you can make. So let's get to the unboxing because these are just so much fun. If this is your first video with me, Yarnable always surprises me. It's not always exactly what I think I want, but I get it. And I'm like, why didn't I have this in my stash before? Because this is perfect. Every single month, they just out of the park. They knock it out of the park. It is beautiful. It is spectacular. And it is always exciting. Nikki, on the other hand, at ALC, she is my color soul sister. So she is very much into those aqua pink purples. She's into the speckles, a little bit of streaking, maybe sometimes a little over dyeing. She plays with the colors that are very much what I'm generally thinking I am wanting. But like I said, I have never been unhappy with either one of these subscription boxes, and I have been subscribed to them since I reviewed them. So it's been a while now. Just a little while. So first off, let's jump into our ALC for this month. So we have a little drawstring backpack, which I am actually going to put with my stuff for the farmer's market. A lot of these types of bags like this, I prefer to keep in the cars. So if we just like are out shopping and decide to go by like the Main Street Market in Columbia or the farmer's market or something, I have something to put my purchases in so I don't have to carry around like 19 plastic shopping bags while I'm still doing my shopping. We have a slap wrap ruler here. I'm really sorry if you can hear the sounds outside. We have somebody out here cutting the bushes because I'm too short to reach the top of our bushes. And of course, this is the one day and like the last 2 hours of this day that I can film. And I kind of have to get her done. So we have a little notebook. We have a small measuring tape and a pen. And I may actually stick that on my keychain. So my pen says, sometimes you forget you're awesome. So this is your reminder. I don't know how awesome I am, but I am definitely unique. I'm a little kooky and strange. So this month, my package yarn is confetti. And I just realized I don't have a card this month, and I don't think I got an email telling me about this month's theme. But once again, purple, aqua blue. I'm like I said, there's a simpatico there. And even like when she goes to do more rich colors, we're working more with like that royal purple and turquoise and emerald greens and just all of them should be up around my face. So this is confetti cake. I don't think I'm going to have too many issues finding pairings for this month's yarn. We will set that to the side, but that is what we got from our ALC this month. Up next, we have our Yarnable. I do still have this one in the crinkle plastic. I do apologize. I know that is very loud. So, first off, in our little zipper pouch, which I love. If you're new here, I generally use these in my paper crafting to hold my ephemera, but they're just, for some reason, like the perfect organization bags. I love every single size of these. So we have birthday cake cotton candy. I think it's cotton candy. Yes. We have a happy birthday charm. And we have a sponge. So this is one of those flat sponges that, like, when you put it in water, it like all of a sudden expands. So we do have a sponge this month, which will once again probably go in the paper crafting room because that's the kind of thing that I use most frequently in there, but that will definitely get used. Put on screen whose birthday it is. It's not Cheryl's birthday. It's the operations manager, whose name I now can't remember. I just looked at the digital insert. So Yarnable has moved to a digital insert. And I do want to remind you guys, they do have the yarn only subscription box as well. Plus they also have the deluxe, which includes like a mini skein with your monthly as well. And I did not double check, but their Haunted Hues October Halloween sock was open as of yesterday, I believe, when I was filming. But definitely go check that out as well. So this month's yarn is Cue the Confetti. And I have to say, this is what I mean, where if it's not an unexpected color, there's something unexpected hiding underneath. So this is this month's yarn. We are in that beautiful neon, perfect Carrie colorway and everything. But just to add like that little bit of depth, that little bit of something unexpected, there is yellow hiding underneath all of these cool tones in here. And it just adds like that little bit of depth underneath, and where it's blended into some of, like, in particularly, like where the pink and the blue had kind of overlapped a little bit and then the yellow kind of dropped on top of it. We get like this even deeper, almost mustardy yellow that bleeds through around those areas. And it is so cool. It is so cool. It is so neat. I love it so much. And we do have a new label this month. Ooh. So I am going to dip into my bins real quick, and I will be right back with our pairings. Okay. So first off, we're going to start with the Yarnable. I only pulled technically 2 pairings for this. Once again, we've got so many fun colors in here. It's not really going to be hard. And also one of the colors I pulled for the ALC will also work for this one. But hear me out on this. I have 2 primary pink-based colors. I have the Born to Stand Out, which was from the Flamingo set in this one doesn't have the date. I think this was like 2023, maybe 2022. And then this one is Party Like It's 2023. And you see all those like mustardy gold shots through there. This is the one I actually think I like the best. And it's because of that depth with the gold. But either one, because both of them pick up those speckles, really are talking to me. So the ALC that I pulled that would also work with this, a lot of my subscribers have subscribed to both or are subscribed to both of these. This is Let the Good Times Roll from May 2023. And once again, because we're playing with those speckles, I really prefer this together. I have a couple of purples that I was looking at to go with the ALC. And to be honest, I really prefer this. Now, if we're adding the purple, I would probably go with the Flamingo and do that as a triplet. I do really like that as a triplet, mostly because we're pulling that purple and blue out of the Just Stand Out. And that is our theme, kind of carrying through all three skeins. But if I'm just pairing it directly with a pink, I actually prefer Party Like It's 2023. Just because we're carrying through that little unexpected depth. This one does have like some of the like more brown and gold in there, but either one, I mean, it's kind of like a perfect, because you don't want to pull a straight solid necessarily, and pulling those speckles through is just kind of a little. But I also really like, this is Frosty Fox from December 2023 with this as well. So like if you were going to do socks and use this as a heel toe cuff with this as the primary or reverse. I mean, if you, I know, now I forgot her YouTube channel. It's 72 Stitches on Instagram. I will put her here on the screen somewhere, and tag her down below in the description box, her YouTube channel. But she does a lot of her socks with a speckle heel toe cuff, which I think is adorable, but isn't kind of necessarily always my thing. But this together, perfect. And then, you know, once again, you could easily pull the pink through with that as well. And I would still probably go with the flamingo, although the Party Like It's 2023 works perfectly. That gold doesn't create a hyper contrast with the tonal blue like I feel like it does against the speckles and the purple. But see, once again, even just that purple, blue, and the speckles together, to me, really works, depending on what kind of a pattern you're choosing. So for the ALC, I went simple. I did not go ham on pulling pairs here. I kept it simple. So this is Confetti Cake. This is this month's color. So whereas we've got a little bit more like pastel neons, and once again, these easily could be put into a project together. I kind of thought that went without saying, but maybe I probably ought to point that out clearly. These would also work in a project, combining, you know, the same colorway, which I kind of am really digging this together now that I stuck it together. Anyway, so for a more solid, I did pull once again, Let the Good Times Roll from May 2023. I really like that purple, but we're still playing with that speckles through here. Another one you could add to this easily is Candied Mermaid Lemonade from July 2024. And that kind of looks great in any placement order. And that gives you like a more solid with speckles, a more all speckles, and then speckles with variegation. So that kind of gives you a whole lot of different visual texture you're playing with there. Another one that I really like here is Sappy Romance, which is from April 2025. I would like to have another probably pink, richer pink solid, or maybe something that's a little bit more aqua blue to kind of pull through there, because it doesn't quite, it's a little too contrasty, too similar here, but we're missing something to kind of really make this pop as a duo. Unless, once again, you want to do something like socks or a shawl with a trim, like do your primary with this and then trim it out in this. Or, you know, a sock in this and heel toe cuff in this, that would work great. But for larger projects, like that might not quite be enough on its own together. And then also, this one is a little crazy, I understand, but this is As the Light Shines Through. This is from November 2023. Now, this one does have that orange in there. So maybe tying in something a little bit more rich might kind of help balance that. If you pull in, say, the purple, because you still have speckle texture through all of this. But I do actually like these together. And once again, I mean, you could easily, you know, make 3 pairs of socks and all of them have the same heel toe cuff too. I mean, we're not being choosy beggars over here as to the possibilities. But I still think like this together and then maybe the mermaid, I think that might be my favorite combo there. I probably should have ordered like 15 things of Let the Good Times Roll, like that and Feeling Glammy. I probably should have just ordered a whole bunch of those because I use these purples a lot. And I feel like every month I'm using those to pair. I do have in my ALCs, like I do have like What Are You Waiting For from June 2024. And I have like a true solid that, you know, once again, that's an obvious pairing, but the solids aren't as exciting or informative necessarily. And I always feel a little bit silly pulling something. I also have like a straight pink. So like if I did, this is Perfectly Pink, which is a separate ALC purchase that I made. Nikki also frequently has solids that go with her collection. So like easily, I mean, even with the texture to this one, she does have a purple that is also a solid. But I mean, you could easily pair all these together and then break it up with this month's yarn. I'm just saying, the world is your oyster in pairing these all together. And I do this just to demonstrate you don't need only one to start bringing things together. And also, so a number of you guys have said you really enjoy how I put these yarns together. I just kind of wing it. I do just kind of glance at the top of the box and kind of go, oh, I like these. Oh, I like these. Oh, I like these. But I try to find something that kind of ties them together. Like clearly we go from the pink to the pink, and then we have shots of purple and shots of purple, and then they're all kind of speckles, but we have different degrees. Like this is all speckles. This has a little bit of speckling. This is a color with speckles, like a tonal with speckles. So, I mean, I just kind of try to pull together theming and not necessarily like, oh, these are the same. And I do like to kind of stretch some of these and give you a little bit more flexibility as to how you would consider putting some of these together and giving you texture, visual texture that's different in them. But once again, I mean, we're dealing with the exact same colors. They're just presented in different ways. There's no, you know, having to tie these through. So anyway, that is what we got this month. Those are the pairings that I pulled from previous month's boxes. So let me know what you thought of this month. We've got definitely a Carrie colorway from Hypnotic Yarnable and definitely a Carrie colorway from ALC. So how are y'all feeling about them? I think they're pretty juicy and ready for the summer. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, fantastic day. Please take care of yourselves. I love you.